Most online businesses have no idea how to determine how much they should pay to acquire a customer, or something known as CAC. Now, if you have a $4 million business and you have 2,000 customers, your value of one single customer is $2,000. 4 million divided by 2,000 equals $2,000. Now that's in an entire year. The cost to acquire a customer, or your reasonable cost to acquire a customer, varies with two different factors. First off is all your costs that are associated with your business. And then secondly, how much cash you have on hand. And thirdly, even more importantly, is time. So those other variables are super important as well. So we're going to be talking about that and plenty of other videos, how to determine cost to acquire a customer, as well as CPA in subsequent videos. Now, the purpose of business is to create what? Profit, right? Yes, you have a mission, you have an organizational mission, you probably have some kind of product or service that is there for the betterment of mankind or betterment of the world or your customers. Whatever it is that your mission is, doesn't really matter unless you have profit. And the question I often get is, how much profit is a reasonable profit for my business? So when we're figuring out the cost to acquire a customer, the last and final step is your projected profit margin. Now, in our example here, we have a 20% target profit margin, which then will allow us a customer acquisition cost of $400. Now, if you're a business and you're only ready, willing, and able to pay $200 or maybe $300 to acquire a customer, you're limiting scale and you're actually increasing your profitability. So there's always a balance between those two things. How much do you want to scale and how much profit you actually want? So what are reasonable expectations when it comes to profit? Depends on your industry. So you can certainly run your business at break even, but at a certain point in time when some unknown force like a pandemic or maybe an iOS Facebook ads change, all of a sudden you're really running thin. So you should always run at some kind of a profit so that you accumulate cash for that rainy day. So it varies by business, like I said. The most common business that we see online, especially now, is digital products and e-commerce products. Digital products tend to have a profit margin or a target profit margin of anywhere between 20 to 40%. Most digital products don't have a tremendous amount of cost of goods sold. As a result of that, their profitability is far more assured and they can pay a fair amount to acquire a customer as long as they know their numbers. Now, in the e-commerce space, it's slightly different. From what we see, the average e-commerce profit margin is anywhere between 5 and 15%, with about 10% being the average. In the services business, this has a lot of variation, one of which we're actually in tier 11. In services, we tend to see about 30% as the average. So when you're trying to figure out what you can pay to acquire a customer, your CAC, take into consideration what the industry averages are for your industry. Now, these are just ranges, but it's going to really depend on your individual business. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. This has been brought to you by Tier 11, your guide to acquiring new customers and increasing their long-term value, because we believe that every online business should be ridiculously successful. Leave your questions, comments, concerns, confessions below, and we'll see you in the next video.